Hello, Chatbox fam. I'm Leela, one of your co-hosts for Chatbox Chronicles. I'm going to be doing a little episode for you guys. I'm going to be talking about Dragon Con. I went to Dragon Con this past weekend with a few friends. It is a large Comic Con right here in the South. It is held in Atlanta, Georgia, every single year over Labor Day weekend. So I'm going to be talking about some of my personal experiences while I was there, some of the fun things, and also other cosplayers' testimonials while they were there too. Just a little fun segment that I wanted to do. And while I film it and talk about it, I'm going to be touching up some wigs. Already did one of them. They are in dire need of assistance after this past weekend. Lots of heat and walking around constantly for hours and hours at a time over a 4-day period. So these wigs are screaming for help. So you're going to get a little bit of some ASMR while we're going through this episode. So let's begin. All right. So in this first segment, we are going to talk about what is Dragon Con. So Dragon Con is like a very large Comic Con where a lot of people from all over the place, they come on Labor Day weekend to Atlanta, Georgia. It is in between multiple hotels, and they pretty much hold this con where they hold panels. Some famous people come, such as voice actors, actresses and actors within certain fan films. Also, voice actors for comics and even illustrators, things like that. So, or even like TV shows. So, yeah, a lot of fun. And then they have like pretty much, like I said, spread between all of these different hotels. You just kind of walk, from them. And a lot of them are connected too by like a sky bridge. But it's really cool because literally there are thousands of people there. I'm talking about like 75,000 people there. It's incredible, but like everybody is dressed up. So it's also an opportunity to cosplay. And if you know me, you know that I do character entertainment for birthday parties and events, which is so fun, but I don't get to choose the characters. So for something like Dragon Con, it's really fun because this is my opportunity to choose characters that I've always wanted to bring to life, and then I get to just do it for fun. So, like for instance, last year was my first year going, and so the first thing that popped in my head was, you know what? No one's ever going to request this character on their own, and it was my childhood, favorite character, and it was Thumbelina, so I decided to do Thumbelina. If you're a Patreon subscriber, I will post my last year photos so you can see those as well. But it was really awesome getting to do that because I hadn't, ever obviously done that before and probably never would have if it wasn't for conventions like this. And then this year, I got to bring a few things to life. As far as, like some a mashup that I did, and then some other characters as well. That was really fun to bring to life. So that's basically what Dragon Con is. Again, they have like cosplaying panels, lots of fun things like that while you're there. So I'm going to go through some personal highlights of the event. So we got there so it runs from like Wednesday to Monday. We got there on Friday. We got this cute little Airbnb that was like 25 minutes away. A lot of people, when they go to Dragon Con, they book the hotels that are there so that they can easily, have access to it. However, there was a lot of us going all together, so we're like, let's get an Airbnb. Like, that would be fun because also, like, we could bond back at the house with certain things. Like, we were able to cook dinners and breakfasts, and we were able to swim. There's a pool there and all that fun stuff. So we did get ready. Thankfully, the thing about Dragon Con is it's in Atlanta, and where I live is only 2 hours from Atlanta. So that's very nice, whereas a lot of people who come to Dragon Con are driving like 15 to 20 hours, if not more, to be there. Because you got to think, like, flying is obviously an option. However, when you're doing a Comic-Con like this, you may have certain costuming that is just nearly impossible to take on a plane. So a lot of people drive. And they drive from pretty far. So we are very blessed to only be 2 hours from Atlanta. So with that being said, we were able to get like pretty much ready for our first day, which was Friday, at my house, and then drive the 2 hours there. For that day, me and a friend, we did a Star Wars mashup, a Star Wars and Disney mashup. So what we did was we took Disney princesses and Jedi and we mashed them together. So on that day, I was Sleeping Beauty as a Jedi. So it was really fun. If you guys ever do a Comic-Con or anything like this and you want advice on, you know, how to build a costume or even put something together cheaply, I will say I put that one together very cheaply. Obviously, like I already had the wig because of my company, which was a very crucial part because wigs are very expensive. But everything else was fairly inexpensive and just very easy to do all together. So, if you ever want advice on any of that, I've got you, and I'm totally willing to share because again, it was super easy to put together and very cost effective. So then for the second day, we did, well, on that first day, I will say, like, so a lot of things, like they do at Dragon Con, is they do these big group photo shoots, and they're themed. And so I really didn't pick out my days of what I was doing according to these shoots. I was picking them out according to what everyone else was doing and kind of like playing off of those because some of ours were together and then some of them weren't. So I was trying to really just play off of like, okay, what days do I have to be this certain character because I'm with, you know, everyone else, or what days is, you know, am I doing something kind of solo? So it just happened to work out in the fact that every character that I did, that group photo shoot was that day. So on Friday, for instance, they had the large Star Wars shoot. So we were able to go to that, which was really cool. And, you know, the thing about Dragon Con is when they do these big group photos, they have professional photographers out there, you know, trying to get these shots and things like that. So it's really cool, and they will post all of those eventually. I'm in like all of the Dragon Con groups on Facebook, and there are groups that are like specifically for like the group photos. So we'll be able to see those. That's really fun. So then on Saturday, I was the only one out of my group of 8 that was not themed with them. So it was their Marvel day. I did not do a Marvel character this year. So I decided to make that my Disney day, and I did, here she is, I did Vanessa, aka Ursula, when Ursula turns into Vanessa to try to take Ariel's man. So I really thought it was going to be like I will be you guys' paparazzi all day, because I'm the odd one out here. However, I got stopped quite a lot. People will stop you because they want to take a picture with you or a picture of you. People really liked my cosplay this day. I really didn't think that it was going to be that popular, but I guess my only thoughts are like, well, one, I did it really well, but two, you don't see her a lot. So you see Ursula a lot, but you don't see Vanessa a lot. And so I think it was just one of those that people don't see a lot. And so they were like, oh, fun. Let me take your picture or a picture with you. So yeah, this day was really fun. Again, I was oddball out, but it was really fun because I did get to meet a lot of other, you know, people who were like surrounding this movie, which was pretty cool because again, I got lucky, and this day was also the Disney photo shoot day. So I was able to do that. I met Walt Disney himself. No, I really did. I was standing waiting underneath this awning. I was waiting for the Disney shoot, and I looked to my left, and there was standing Walt Disney, and I'm like, I knew you were still alive. But anyways, he looked so good. I'll drop a photo in Patreon. He looked so good. He looked just like Walt, I swear, and he was so sweet. And at Dragon Con, like you have a lanyard with like your pass on it. And then people will give you like these ribbons to attach to them. And he gave me a Walt Disney ribbon. It was really sweet and precious. And he was just really, really nice. So that was really fun. And so yeah, just a good day altogether. I made some really fun TikToks as Vanessa. She was just fun, period. And one of my friends, I was gonna do her just like, of course I got the wig, and then I was just honestly just gonna do like put her costume together with like cheap pieces. But a really good friend of mine, shout out to Ashley, she let me borrow. She had an actual really nice Vanessa costume that she let me borrow. So that was very, very kind of her. And I'll drop pictures and you're going to be like, oh my God, it's so beautiful, because it was very, very pretty. All right. So then on Sunday, we did, I was connected on that one. Actually, all of us were, my whole group, we all did DC that day. So like Justice League, Teen Titans, the Bat Family, all that good jazz. So that was fun. This is the one that I was most nervous about, because I was definitely stepping out of my comfort zone to be this character. But I said, you know what, why not? I did it, and again, like, I got stopped all day long, and I got so many amazing compliments about how, I just got just so many good compliments about how I looked just like Linda Carter, and I did it so well, and it's one of the best that they have seen it done as Wonder Woman, like, in years. And I don't know, it was just really, really sweet, because I was really out of my comfort zone in that outfit, you guys. I will post the photo. It was just, yeah, I mean, if you know the Linda Carter Wonder Woman version, then you know. So yeah, it was a lot. Even doing my makeup, I was like, trust the process, because I have black eyebrows, before putting the wig on. It was definitely a trust the process kind of thing. And again, before I went to Dragon Con, I really didn't put all of my stuff on all together. I was just kind of just like, you know what, it's just gonna be what it is, and we'll just see when we get there. And thank God it did work out, because it was a lot of fun. And then that was also the DC group photo day, so that was a lot of fun. We also had like a dance party that day, and fun fact, I was on Fox 5 Atlanta news station getting crunk as Wonder Woman, but I have not seen it, and I don't know if I want to see it. If anyone finds it, let me know. They said it was going to be on there like that night, but I didn't go look. So maybe it's gone by now, but I don't know. It was funny. Like, everybody was dancing out in this big open, like, basically the rooftop of the Hilton, and they're all dancing out there, and we're just having fun. And they were like, go, get out there, and I was like, y'all, I'm not going out there. And then, you know what, I just did it. And I just, Wonder Woman got a little crunk for a moment. But it was a lot of fun. So yeah, we did that, and then we did the group DC photos, which it took the longest, because they would do like a large one, and then they would say, okay, if you're Justice League, jump in this. If you're Teen Titans, jump in this. We're going to do heroes versus villains. We're going to, all these things. So it took a while, but it was a lot of fun, and I met some really awesome other Wonder Womans. Shout out to my new friends on Instagram. They were very sweet, and we were so fun, like, posing together, and because there was literally only 5 of us. There was only 5 Wonder Womans that day, so we're like, we gotta stick together. So yeah, we had a lot of fun. And yeah, so that was basically my personal experience of the weekend. It was just fun. Oh, and then the last day, of course, was the last day, and like I said, we're very blessed to be only 2 hours away, so we were able to utilize Monday and still, hang out all day. Even though the majority of the people were gone by then, they were checking out that morning, because again, a lot of them had a really long drive to get back home. But that was fun. I personally took advantage of it and had fun regardless. I was Barbie that day on rollerblades, and I skated around and had fun. Made some TikToks, took pictures, just skated around, and I don't know, it was fun. And then we headed back home, and we got home in a decent time. So that was really nice. All right, so we're going to talk about, those were my personal highlights from the weekend. I'm going to introduce some friends of mine who attended Dragon Con as well, and highlight some of their favorite moments and their testimonials. So first we have Faith. So her testimonial, she said that her experience with Ross Marquand and they discussed Jar Jar together. So he plays Red Skull in the Avengers, and he is also on The Walking Dead and a few other things as well that he does voicing for. I got to meet him as well. He was very, very nice, very easy to talk to. Yeah, just a very nice guy all around. So that was really cool. So Faith had a really good interaction with him too. She said it's so funny how celebrity interactions can be and how special the moments are like this and just the heart of the convention experience, because she had said something like, um, it just didn't seem like you were talking to celebrities because they were just so down to earth and so nice. So yeah. And then Stella, her testimonial, she said that she really enjoyed meeting Emily Hampshire from Schitt's Creek and said that she was really, really sweet. And again, she said that it was just the celebrities were just so down to earth and it really impacted the fan experience that she had. Robert said he loved the hub and had Roman's Pizzeria, which was really yummy, he said, and really cost effective too. Everybody loves pizza, right? He said the vibe at the hub was so great and it's just like a fan favorite spot during the Dragon Con. Yeah, we were there a couple times and it's such a great spot. So definitely love that. He again had a warmth and appreciation of the celebrity guests. Yeah, I think we all did. Like, the celebrities were just so great. They were so mindful and so nice, and you could tell they were just happy to be there and then happy that we were talking to them too. So it was just really cool. So someone in one of the Dragon Con groups, her name was Stephanie, she had a love for the late night food deliveries from the Halal Brothers. It must be like a little cute restaurant or food experience when she stayed at the Westin. So I'm guessing Stephanie had really long days at Dragon Con and then was able to get back to her hotel room and get some late night food deliveries that hit the spot. She said it came with heartburn, but it was definitely convenient after long days at the conventions. So thank you, Stephanie, for sharing. Trying to get this wig done so I can brush the next one. This one's a little bit harder to brush just because it's like finger waves, you know. So they got very knotted whenever I was Vanessa. So I'm just trying to go through those so that I can kind of like hand put these curls back together. But I'm trying not to brush it too hard because I don't want it to be a frizz ball. But I am trying to get some of these knots out easily so it kind of looks like I'm babying the wig, which I am. But yeah, they were just a mess after this weekend, but just trying to get them back to some kind of liveliness. I already did my Aurora because she's brand new, and actually the con was the first time me wearing her. So she was my first priority to try to get her brushed out and steamed and brought back to life. So these were on my back burner, but definitely got to get them done today because I'm going out of town again this weekend. Alright, so in this segment, I'm going to talk about the cosplay scene. I'm going to talk about some of the cosplays that I saw throughout the event, and mention some specific cosplay groups or individuals that blew me away, and then any trends that I noticed with cosplay, such as popular characters or series represented this year. Alright, so of course, like, I love Star Wars. I will say, like, I don't know a lot about anime and stuff like that, so when I go to Dragon Con, I will say there's a lot of characters I don't know, and not only because, you know, I don't game or I don't do like watch anime or anything like that, but also people do a lot of like mashup stuff and you can't quite pinpoint what exactly it is they're doing unless they explain it to you. Thankfully, like, obviously with my high quality wig, people were able to be like, oh, I get it. You know, you are Sleeping Beauty Jedi. But it's not always that easy. Some people do mashups that, you know, is something that they kind of created in their brain and they're trying to bring it to life, which is really awesome and creative. It's just you might not get it with just looking at it passing by. So there was a lot of that. But I will say, like, I love Star Wars and There were a lot of really cool Star Wars. There were a lot of really awesome Wookiees. I mean, they were like 8 foot tall, amazing, and we were able to talk to some of them after the cosplay shoot because they were sitting over there with their heads off, which is really funny because like it's a different scene than what I do professionally, because professionally, like, we are in character at all times, but like here we're just having fun, we're at a con, and so it's funny because you'll see like the Wookiees sitting down taking their head off, you know what I mean, because they're about to die, they're getting a little breather, but yeah, they were just incredible. So we were able to go over there and talk to them about it. They showed us how they created the costumes. They made them themselves. They talked about the materials, how they, how they stitched it on, what they used, even how much each square inch of the fur costs. Just really just the detail that went into it, and it was incredible. So I will say, like, I really appreciated all of that. It was not only did they look awesome and screen accurate, but the fact that they made them themselves, was awesome. And then also the fact that they were out there in that heat like that. So power to the Wookiees, because you guys did amazing. Um, Honestly, I was surprised at the amount of Deadpools that I saw. I thought that there was going to be a lot more. Like, for instance, there was where my scissors are. There was a lot of Barbies last year because of the movie. Because sometimes, like, with this kind of stuff, you'll see like a trend. You'll see, like, if there was a certain movie or something that came out recently, if there's a certain movie or something that comes out recently, then you see a lot of those being portrayed at cons and such. But so yeah, I thought that there was going to be like a lot of Deadpools, and there wasn't. So there was only a few, but they all looked like they were having fun. So that was great. I did see some really good group ones together. When we were the Princess Jedis, we ran into a group of more Princess Jedis, or just Disney Jedis, and period. There was like the Beast and all kinds of people. And so we took a large group photo with them. So that was a lot of fun because we had the same idea. So it's really cool, meeting people who have the same idea and be like, let's jump in a photo together. One big Disney Star Wars mashup. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. I did see, so one of my friends I was able to run into, shout out to Miranda, and they did group, cosplays, I think the majority of their time there. And one thing that they did was like Sailor Moon, and it's really funny because I was looking for her. I knew that she was one person that I wanted to see while I was there. So I was looking for her pretty much the whole time I was there, but it was the second day when I was Vanessa, wearing this wig right here, and I just happened to look over and I see not her but someone else that I knew that she was with, and I was like, oh, there she is. So I go running over there, and of course whenever I go running over there, one of my friends that I'm with, who he has been looking for Sailor Moon this entire time, he is in the middle of them, and I'm like, I should have known that you found them. And so he found them first, but I was like, this is my friend. So I really did love their little group. They all looked so good. They were in the parade as well, and they just looked so good. So yeah, that was definitely one of my favorite group cosplays that I saw. And then of course, like, I loved our group cosplay on Sunday when we all did DC together. That was really fun. We made this really cool video, all together. So yeah, we were just really cool that day and had a lot of fun for sure. All right, some of the panels and events. I will say I only went to one panel, and it was about Deadpool, and I hadn't seen the new movie. And really it was just like a bunch of like podcasters and kind of like fan people kind of just discussing the film and their opinions on it. So it was really just something to do. But I did say, like, being in the Dragon Con groups, there were a lot of people who went to a lot of panels, and they said that they had a lot of fun. All the speakers were just really nice and really funny and just really easy to talk to, and just the panels were just great. I will say I did have a list of panels I wanted to do, but when you're with a big group of people and other people don't want to do it, then you just kind of just sacrifice and don't. And so I did have to miss out on like the things that I did want to do. But maybe next year I'll get to do some panels, because the thing at Dragon Con is there's like hundreds of them, and they go on all day long every day. So yeah, that was really fun. And then of course, like the events, like the big group photos were fun. There was a lot of dance parties, meetups, things like that. Professional photographers everywhere. So it's really fun to connect with them as well. So to sum up my overall experience with the con, it was a lot of fun. It's always fun getting to bring characters to life and just not be in character, for once, but just doing it for you and just having fun. And then, pause. Right, so my overall experience, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, we were all so exhausted. I know everyone who went is so exhausted, but definitely had a lot of fun, made a lot of memories, got to bring a lot of characters to life, and just have just so much fun. Just a good little weekend getaway. Everything hurts. My feet hurt really bad from the different types of shoes, and then ending it in rollerblades. But it was just a lot of fun. So fun that I have my ticket already for next year. So if you want to, share your own Dragon Con stories, if you have any, or just your favorite convention moments on social media or on the podcast pages, then please do that, because I want to hear from you. And yeah, so you guys keep in tune with us on Patreon, on YouTube. You can subscribe on Patreon for only $3 a month. That's where you'll get all the good stuff. Or you can subscribe on YouTube too. You'll still get good lengthy videos. You won't get everything like Patreon does, but you'll still get a lot of cool stuff, and it's free to subscribe on YouTube. So please do that too. And then of course, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook as well. So thank you guys for tuning in. And again, on Patreon, I'm going to share some fun videos and photos and things like that from this past weekend. And yeah, I'm going to go touch up Wonder Woman now. But doesn't she look lovely again? She's just so beautiful. She is here to take your voice and take your man. Anyways, thank you guys for chiming in, and I hope you have a good rest of your week. Bye, friends.